Good morning. Welcome to NFA Studio. I am Kristen Wagner, COO of NFA.
And I'm Reagan Wagner, CEO. We're glad you could join us today. Hey, we've had a lot of interesting changes since we've last talked.
Yes, there has been.
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, it was approved.
A beautiful bill.
The triple Bs, I think as of July 4th, 2025, it was approved, right?
Yep.
So, hey, when we think about that, what are some of the big changes that were made in that bill? And how's that going to impact people?
Yeah, so it's not, this bill is not just about taxes, right? So it also raised the federal debt limit by $5 trillion.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Increases the funding for national defense and border security, which is great, and changes rules around Medicaid eligibility as well.
Yeah, so that's going to impact us nationally, those big highlights. But there's also some things that are going to happen really specifically towards our clients. And it's really the tax implications of that bill and what it's done for. Can you kind of shed some light on what that's going to do for us individually for the taxes for some of our clients?
Yeah. So the main highlights are the lower tax rates. The top income tax rate is remaining at the 37%. So that's not going up. The standard deduction is staying bigger. So for singles, it's $15,750. For joint filers, it's $31,500. And it's indexed for inflation as well. So that's a good key highlight.
These things is going to keep going up, right?
Yeah, with inflation and increased costs for sure. And the child tax credits are also increasing. So if you have children, you can deduct $2,200 per child now per year. So
if you're planning on having kids, now's the time.
Yep.
You can write them off.
True. The estate and gift exemptions are rising as well. So $15 million per person and $30 million per couple.
Now, some people would think that means that you don't need to do any estate planning because you're way under the exemption. But that couldn't be further from the truth. You want to contemplate your wills, power of attorneys, medical directives, your trust work. You want to really make sure that you have your estate plan dialed in, whether you're going to be implicated in the estate tax provision or not. It's really important to understand that and know that you need to take care of your estate as well. There's also some crazy stuff that doesn't impact us in Texas, but like the SALT deduction, it's going to impact you if you're out of state. If you're in a state that pays income tax, that was raised to $40,000 per filer. So you get a larger deduction now than you used to. And those are big things. What else has changed? Because they changed some things that are going to really help savings too.
Yeah. One of the big things is an extra deduction for seniors. So an additional $6,000 was added to the standard deduction for anyone over the age of 65. So that's beneficial. Now that phases out if your income exceeds a certain level, but there's more detail to that. But in general, it's going to be good for the seniors.
Yeah, so folks that are receiving Social Security, I know there's a lot of talk on, hey, we're going to not have to pay any taxes on Social Security. But what they did is they put in a deduction for that up to $150,000 wage earners. So you'll get a higher deduction against what that earned income is if you're over 65. So it still helps in a significant way, right?
For sure. And a lot of these changes they're meant to give people a little bit of breathing room and encourage them to save more money. So that's really awesome.
So, you have the MAGA accounts for those young kids. They get a free $1,000 if they were born between 2025 and 2028. And then parents can contribute up to $5,000, plus what you had discussed for seniors and all of these tax savings. So it's really designed to give you some lift in your accounts. Now, some of that you won't notice until you file your tax returns, right? So get with a tax professional on some of those and make sure that you understand them if you're filing for yourself and really get your arms around it.
So that's the main highlights for individuals. So what are some of the highlights for businesses, for small businesses and large businesses as well?
Yeah. So when you think about corporate planning, you think about your businesses, it's really important that you're attuned to what's going on tax wise. So 20% of your qualified business income deductions are now permanent. Those were in flux, and now they have expanded eligibility. So you want to see where you fit into that. Also, employers can pay up to $5,250 towards student loan repayments as the benefits for their staff. And then Section 179 is expanding the limit, increased increased to $2.5 million with a $4 million threshold phase out with revenue coming in. R&D costs now can be deducted. And one of my favorites, a lot of my clients, bonus depreciation's back at 100%. And it's been made permanent. So that one, they shouldn't be able to come back and get us on that one. But who knows? Every time a politician gets involved, you never know what's going to happen, right? But we do have it right now, so take advantage of it while you can, because now you can deduct things like your equipment, your technology. You can do R&D with innovation, and great ideas and things like that are now deductible, and the government's helping to incentivize you with this new tax code.
So hence the name Big Beautiful Bill, because there's a lot of big beautiful things about it. So we just wanted to give y'all a little bit of highlights today, and I hope that was some information that you can share with other people, and make sure to share this podcast and like and comment below.
So, as always, what we say is make sure that you have a tax professional. If you don't, let us know. We'll help you find one. Also, make sure you have a financial advisor, because they're going to be able to take advantage of reviewing your whole picture and seeing how all these little changes add up to big changes for you at the end of the year. And I think it's important that everybody finds a financial advisor that you can communicate with, and it's not a burden that you go and say, oh man, I got to go see this guy or gal. You want to be in a position where it's, hey, we get to go talk about our finances and how can we move ourselves closer to our retirement and business goal. So if you don't have one, let us know.
Call us.
Give us a call and let us know, and reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you in any way we can.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next month.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.